Hey everyone, so today is 5 years since I came out, and a lot of you have asked me in the past how I did that, or like, how was it? So, I guess I will, excuse me, I guess I will attempt to explain that for y'all today. Um, Basically, I didn't realize I was until like 8th grade, end of 8th grade, and but I was silent about it for like 2 years, 2.5 years, because I didn't accept it, and I actually just hated the thought of being so. Um, so that 2.5 years, that takes you up to about 10th grade. Um, so in 10th grade, it was basically that entire year, and ninth grade as well. Everyone just kept asking, and I always denied it, and like my friends denied it as well, just because A, I didn't tell my friends, and B, they didn't think I was, excuse me, and C, I so did not accept it, and I didn't want to be, like I said. Um, so it wasn't until Halloween night, ironically, October 31st, of what is now 5 years ago, 2010. I was well, we just got done trick-or-treating, safety patrols thing in my hometown, and that was through student council, which I was heavily involved in. And that night, we went back to my friend Kenzie's house, and just a bunch of us. And you know, they all say you don't have, or you don't know when to do it. You just do it because you know it feels right. And so that night, that's when I came out to a group of my friends. Obviously, uh, being all girls, I guess you could say. And the way I did it was kind of weird. It was basically, I told them one by one in a different room because I just felt safer that way and better. Um, so that's how I came out to them, is, like I said, just one by one. It was really, looking back, it was really silly. Um, but it's how I did it, it's how it happened, and the rest is history. So from that point moving on, it was pretty good. I mean, I still didn't accept the fact that I was, and I didn't accept the fact that I was until about roughly a year ago. And when I did come out in 10th grade, because most of you know I was, and still am, really involved in scouting with Boy Scouts. So from that point, I took a year off from scouting, because A, I didn't really want to tell all the kids in scouts, deal with all that. And with the leaders, I didn't want to have to deal with that either. So I took a year off of scouting, and that was the worst year of my entire life, because scouting was such a intricate part of my life. It was so important to me, and it still is very important to me. Um, that was the one place that I felt like I was home, that I felt safe, that like I was Wyatt, I guess you could say. Because I love scouting, I love the organization, I love everything it stands for, and it's who I am, it's what I represent. I just love the scouting program. And so, kind of going a little fast here, let me take you back to October, well, I guess it'll be November of 2010. The day after I told my friends, my mother, I believe it was the day after, my mom called me downstairs after I got home from school. She was in the dining room, and she said, "Hey, is there something you need to tell me?" And I was like, no, not at all, not at all. And she's like, "Are you sure?" And then I forget how that whole process happened exactly, but basically it just happened that like my mom asked me, and I was like, "Yeah, I am." And then I just started crying and everything, because I mean, obviously she was fine with it. And then later that night, when my dad got home, it was a Monday night, time for scouts. And my dad was like, "Come on, buddy, time to go to scouts." And I did not go to scouts for 3 weeks prior to that. And my dad was like, "They're gonna wonder what happened to you. Like, you had to go. Come on, you love scouting. Let's go." And I was like, "Dad, I'm not going." And he's like, "Why aren't you going? Come on." And I was like, "Dad, I can't." He's like, "Why not?" And I was like, "Dad, because I'm gay." And he's like, "No, you're just joking. Like, come on, let's go." And I was like, "No, Dad, like I am." And then he digested it and everything, and he was fine about it. My parents, like the month following, they were so worried about me being at school, because in like I guess you could say junior high. You know, it's junior high, and being the gay kid, I guess you could say. Um, you know, obviously I was like picked on and bullied on, but like I didn't like really let that faze me. I just kind of brushed it off because like I said, I didn't realize I was, and I didn't want to be. So then ninth grade rolled around. Ninth grade was really bad for me. That's when, like, you know, walking in the hallways, people throw like food and stuff at me because because I was accused of being gay. You know, obviously it didn't come out then, like I said, but you know, if you really stay true to like who you are and what you represent, and you just know like your purpose in life, where you're going, you just do you. Like, yeah, that stuff will get to you, but like at the end of the day, you're better than that. But don't get me wrong, like ninth grade, end of 8th grade, ninth grade, beginning of 10th grade, those were really dark days in my life, I guess you could say. And I'm just honored to still be here today. And you know, those years, it really taught me a lot about myself and about who I am. And you know, you all go through that. I guess you could say like that process of, oh, you are coming out and you're really gay. And I'll admit, like, I did that, you know. And then I realized, like, why, that's not who you are. And so I totally, like, kind of, I guess, phased out of that. And so yeah, you probably are really confused as to where I am, but that's now in 10th grade. End of 10th grade. And that's also the year where I was really still heavily involved in scouting, you know, or scouting, no, still heavily involved in student council. My entire high school career, I was really heavily involved in scouting. I did all the the blood drive, American Red Cross as well. And so just staying busy, staying active, it really just kept my mind off of it. It really just got me through high school. And you know, there were a few teachers in particular that really helped me, that really got me through, that were always there for me. And I thank them all the time, and I just love some of my teachers. Well, I love all my teachers, but some of my teachers just really helped me through it, and it was great. But let me go back now to the year after scouting. The year after, I got back in scouting, and my scoutmaster sat me down and was just like, Wyatt, like, it's been a year. If you would have told me this a year ago, I would have got you out of scout. Like, no, you know. But now, you know, I see what you do with these kids, how you mentor them, they miss you. The things that you do with these kids is just unbelievable, and it's just great for our program here. Everyone loves you here, and we don't care. And to hear my scoutmaster say that really lifted a burden off of me, I guess you could say. And from that point on, I had the great opportunity to mentor a group of kids that mean the world to me. It was like a group of 11 or 12 kids, and unfortunately some did drop out of scouting, but my group of kids are still actively going, and they're soon getting ready to get their Eagle. And just to see them develop from the time that they were like 11, 12 up to like where they are now is just unbelievable. And just to see that the great guys and leaders that they are today is just phenomenal. And knowing that like it's all because I was allowed back, I was allowed to just keep going. It's just unbelievable, and I'm so thankful every day for scouting. Scouting literally saved me, and scouting literally means the world to me. And but enough about scouting. Well, I guess you could say my 11th and 12th grade year in high school, I did my Eagle Scout project for the high school, and after all that was said and done, you know, the kids that ultimately like threw stuff at me and stuff like that, like food during lunch stuff, at the end of the day, they come up to me and they're like, you know what, you really changed my viewpoint on like gays and stuff like that. Like, I really appreciate you and I really respect you now, and I'm sorry for the things I did and that means the world to me too. And it all goes back to staying true to who you are. Don't let gay be your life. Don't just let something define who you are. And I don't do that. I choose not to do that. But that's basically that side of it. Now back to how I said about my mom and my dad. I do have a sister, and my parents told my sister before I got the chance to do so, as they did for a majority of my family. But it was just a huge threshold for me to tell my parents that in 2010, I didn't officially tell the rest of my family up until I believe it was the beginning of my 12th grade year, I want to say. I wrote them all a letter, including my sister. I'm pretty sure I'm including my sister. And I sent it to all of them, and basically they all said, I love you, I don't care, you know? Like, I basically seen stuff on your Facebook, and I knew, but like I knew before that, so I don't care. And then I didn't tell my scouts until this past January. Yes. If you can't tell, I'm at Disney's Wilderness Lodge Resort. It's my favorite resort, and I love it here. I'm home here. It makes me feel like I'm literally at home, and I decided to get us off by. So I apologize for that awkward delay. Anyway, so I didn't tell my scouts. Obviously my scoutmasters knew, and the kids in my age group, I guess you could say, that I went to high school with, they knew. But the scouts that I've mentored, I did not tell them officially. I wrote them all a letter individually with their Christmas gift. I didn't tell them until this past January. That was my last day with them, I guess you could say, as I went to Penn State Berks campus. Then I went to Charleston for an internship, and now I'm here at Disney doing my internship in the college program. So it's been a very long process for me. So yeah, coming out Halloween night in 2010, to telling my parents the next day, to then telling the rest of my family about a year and a half later, to about a year and a half later again, telling my scouts. And you know, my family's welcomed me with open arms. I've been so grateful and so blessed with that, and I couldn't ask for better parents or a better family to say. But you know, for all of you out there, like, it does get better, obviously. Just stay true to who you are, like I said many times in this video, and just live your life. You know, don't let people get in your way. Don't let people, you know, belittle you or anything. Yeah, high school's gonna be a bitch, and you get through it. Get in clubs and organizations that you love doing. Get your mind focusing on what you love, what your aspirations are, and everything's gonna be fine, you know. Join sports teams, join whatever you want to do it, because the only person you have to please at the end of the day is yourself. And for me, it's been a long journey. I finally accepted it. Finally am who I am, obviously. And life goes on. But I hope this video kind of made sense. I know I jumped around a lot and had that awkward delay. But, so yeah, guys. It's been 5 years. 5 grateful, wonderful years I'm so blessed to have. 5 years just being who I am and being open with myself. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. Hope you all have a wonderful day, or as we hear at Disney, have a magical day. So yeah, alright, well, thanks for watching, guys, and just be yourself.